Hello again. Okay, we got the board laid out, and I haven't error checked it yet, so I expect many errors. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I run the design rule check, and I run that. 13 errors and 42 warnings. Okay, well, let's just go through and start fixing those things up. Warning track has, let me zoom in. Track has unconnected end. And when you click on it, you can take us right to that spot. And there is something here that is a little goofy, and it's pointing to not exactly the center. So what I've got is I've got a trace in there that's issue, and I don't know which one. So let me delete those two traces off and just add them back in. That's such a simple thing to do. Okay, so I'll take that one out, and I'll take, oh, there was the trace. So I think that should be enough. Let me try this. Trace that. I think this was that looks a little thin. Let's see. So it must be the next size up. Let's try the next one up. $12 mil. Okay. And run the DRC one more time. Oh. It's still complaining. Okay. Let me just delete the other pieces here. I thought it was going to be easier than that. Delete. I want to keep that one. Let's see where we at. Oh, that's just the ground there. Okay, so that's easy enough. So let me delete that. Okay. So now we'll put that trace back in. It's going to be a blue trace, 12 mil. And I got to go to there. So I'll start here. I'll put a via in. And then back to here. And rerun. Okay. I got that problem up here. I was wondering about that. Let's it's got a piece that's not quite right. So let me get rid of this V if I can. Ah. Let me get rid of that little piece right there. And then let's see if I can get a V go back in here. Oops. I want to insert a V. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's bigger than the usuals. No, that's the right one. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't want me to do it. Okay. So, I mean, these are perfectly in line. That's fine. So let me just delete that off. Delete. Okay, I'm going to take that back off again. And I'm going to say trace. And I want 12 mil, that one, via that. There. Okay, run DRC again. Okay. Via not connected or connected only on one layer. Okay. I don't need a via there. Okay. They're both blue. So let's get rid of this. And that's got a funky extra little piece there. Let me just clean that up while I'm at it. And let's get rid of that piece too. Trace that. There. Okay, that one's gone. Track as unconnected end. It's another piece in there. Let's see if I can find it. You know, I don't want to delete the part. I'll delete the one trace because we can get rid of the other one. Let's see. Can I make the pads go? Footprints. Front. Ah. Let's get rid of that piece. Turn the footprints back on. Redraw that trace. And that's a 6 mil trace. So let's put that back to 6. Trace. That. There. Okay. Clearance violation. Clearance violation developed from point to actual 0.059. We can actually do some pretty close clearance. I'm not sure exactly what's the complaint here. Let me turn the pads back off again. Oop. Oh, this part is so small. I don't have a choice on this one. The accelerometer is the pad spacing is so small that it's complaining it violates things. It actually is fine, but the 0.0079 is a little bit of an issue. So let me delete the markers for a second, close that, and in the design rules, I can get in there with the predefined sizes. Design rule constraints, I'm specifying minimum distance between pad and a trace, copper clearance 0, 6 mils there, and it's actually just a little less than that. It was 0.59. Let me make that down to 5.9. I have not laid out that part before, so you know, that doesn't surprise me that we're going to get snagged. I'm sure the manufacturer can handle it. Well, default clearance, net class default clearance is 0.79. Well, I should be able to, I didn't set it in the right spot. Tools. No, it's still easier to get in this way. Default clearance, default text design rules, predefined sizes, net classes. Net class is all default. Custom rules. So where's my, oh, here it is. No, that's via diameter. Copper. Copper to hole clearance. Because it was complaining about a 787 number. Clearance of 0.00079. Where's my clearance? Minimum clearance. So, can I put it here? I'm going to go to 5.8 just to make sure that we don't, this is design rule checking. So where is that? Net class clearance. Net class. Oh, there it is, right there. Let's see how that goes. Ah, that got rid of the error. Okay, so those errors are all gone. That got rid of a whole bunch. Only one error left. Courtyard overlap. This courtyard is overlapping that component there. This one is just a bit too close. Okay. I can actually fix that one. It's not too bad. The blue trace is on the bottom side, so let me just move this device. And it's complaining because it's overlapping. So if I just moved it to here, that would be fine. Now I've messed up the traces, of course. And I know you can use a grab thing to do it. Let me grab that one out of there too. So I need a new 6 mil trace to go from here to there. And just to make it so it doesn't back up, I'm going to get rid of that trace and then do a new trace from here to there. Okay. That should fix all errors. Everything else should be warnings. Okay. Silkscreen clipped by solder mask. We may do a lot of those. That's because like this R1 is label here is underneath this other solder mask thing. So it'll get clipped off. And plus it's really hard to see stuff on that. So we do want to remove all those around. Is there anything other than that? Silkscreen overlap. Again, that's just labels on top of each other. And that's all that's left. Let's delete all the markers here. Let's get this out of the way for the second. Let me save the work because we're really pretty close. And then we can come in here and we can just start fixing these things. Okay, the J3, okay, R10 is okay. I could come in and, you know, R9. I just want the label. And there's a way of doing that. There we go. If you hold on the Mac, hold the Option key down, and I can select something a little closer, and then I can say move. And you can see a little small line drawn to the part that it is. I want this to be over here. And what the heck is that? Oh, test point. And that's that really got moved into a funny spot. Okay, and I can rotate it, and I can put that over here. Here's test point 1. Move. Again, the blue trace is on the bottom, and plus we can put labels on top of that stuff. U5, that's an okay spot. R7, let's move that up here. R6 is fine. D1 will be fine. The trace is actually underneath, so it just doesn't cause us that much grief. Switch 1, that's kind of off the PC board. Let me just move that. And I want to put it, let's put it right here. This is the C8 label. Let's put it over here. This is the memory reference. Let's just put that over here. Reference for SW2. Let's just put that over here. The reference for R11. C1 is okay. J1 is okay. R2 or U2 is the regulator. I'm going to move that over here. That one's fine. That one, I want the reference R1, and I want to move it. And I'm going to put it over here. J2 is fine. The C3 is fine. The C2 is not. Let me move that over here. This reference here, we'll put that over here. Y1 is okay. That C5 is okay. I mean, I'll run the error checker. It'll tell me again what's wrong. And the processor itself, let me just run the error checker again. It'll It'll tell me them all. Okay. Silk screen clipped by solder mask. Line on edge. Oh, the lines. They're going to put the lines in there. I don't know. You know, I'm going to just ignore. Oh, this one. The J2 is not good. Okay. The courtyards don't matter. This is actually on the silk screen, and that's just going to get clipped. So we're going to always get a warning about that. And I can't do anything about that one. That's on the... Reference R5. I thought I fixed that one once. R5. Oh, here it is. Move that. Let's put it up here. That's fine now. There's the U1. Oh, it's right in the middle of everything. That's why. Reference U1. Move it. It goes there. U1. Reference R8. Let's move that. Oh, that's there. Okay, let's put it there. D2 is going to get moved. Switch 3 looks fine. C5. These are my hints of how to put the board together. So R4. C7 looks good. C6. Let me run it again. That looks fine. Pad 57 on U1. The value, I don't care about the values. You know, that might be a good enough. Delete the markers, close. Okay, so now I've got a board. I've got the labels where I want them. You know, I do want to put my name on this thing. And this is going to be on the... That's the mask. I want the silk. Bottom silk screen, because I want it reversed. Because the top is filled with parts. The bottom has a lot of room on it for putting stuff. So I'm going to put in there, and let me turn off a couple of things so we don't see them as much. Let's turn off a lot of the front stuff so we can see it on the back. Footprints front. So that's what the back actually looks like. So now when I do text, I want to say this is... sorry, it's really small. This is Mark, or I am Mark, and this is going to be the RP2040 for fall of 22. And let's see how big that is. It is mirrored, so it should be backwards like that. And I'm just going to drop it in here. It doesn't matter whether it's on a trace or not. In fact, I'm going to rotate that, and I'm going to put it over here. Okay, so then the other thing, I want to turn the footprints back on. These are connections. I mean, that's ground. This is SW clock, ground, and SWDIO. I may actually want to refer to those before, you know, we let things go away. You know, I really kind of want a plus 5 volts in there too. I mean, I do make changes to my circuits as I go. Or a plus 3.3. Nah, we'll just leave it as it is. Okay, so if I take, and I want to label these three, I can put some silk screen. Again, we're going to put them on the bottom, silk screen. And I want to put text, and I want it to be, this is SW clock. And I'm going to rotate it. Now this is on bottom, so you know when I put it here, it's not really bothering anything, and I can scooch it up right about there. That's SW clock. I want a ground, because I want that labeled. Rotate it once. Now I'm going to rotate it the other way. And then this one's got to be SWDIO. So SWDIO. And I'm going to put that right there. That way when I'm working on the board, I know exactly where my ground is and which one's the programming, which one's the various components and stuff like that. The switches are already labeled. I don't really need the IR or the I2C interface done. So let's just do that. Okay, so I can turn things back on again. So this should be a good board. So let me save it. And in the next videos, we will create stencil and order it, and then possibly assemble it. But I think we're good to go. So next up, we'll put it on OSH Part. But that's enough for this video.